What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Grind Time Shop for a brand new playlist of videos that we're starting. This is 2021 Commonly Asked Screen Printing Questions with the Grind Time Boys. Roll it! Alright, y'all, so welcome back. Everybody's question is always, what size mesh should I be using for my job? Okay, and that really just depends on the level of screen printing you're at. When we got started, we were told that 110 mesh was kind of the way to get into this, okay? Kind of wrong. Not totally wrong, but kind of. Let me further explain why. What you run into with 110 mesh is it's the easiest thing to kind of get started on. I mean, it worked great for us. It puts down a thick, bulletproof layer of ink, and that's pretty cool. It's also super easy to clear the screen because it is a little less tightly woven mesh. The product that you're going to come out with is going to be a very thick, very chunky, kind of design. A lot of ink. 110 is going to push through quite a bit. It's definitely something that can get you started into learning how to screen print, learning, how to clear the screen and how to actually get all the ink out. So I am going to go ahead and throw out there that if I was going to pick 3 meshes of screens to start with, or 3 meshes that I would recommend every single shop having, I'm going to go ahead and say that numero uno is going to be a 110 mesh screen. Okay, they do apply to a lot of jobs. They're very simple to use, single color, black ink. They put down like a bulletproof image that is really never going to go away. So every shop should definitely have some 110 mesh screens, okay? Screen number 2, and this is one that nobody told us in the beginning. If you're printing white ink, okay, this is where the 110 mesh kind of gets thrown out. With white ink, you're going to need to put down multiple layers of ink. Now, when you're hitting white with multiple hits, let me be clear here. A 110 mesh screen is just too much ink, okay? You want to lay down white, and this is when you're going to start to really incorporate in the use of flash dryers. They're almost a necessity, actually, at this point. We're going to want to hit white twice, we're going to want to flash it once in between, and then we're going to want to hit it again. The issue that comes into play with the 110 here is that it's putting down too much ink. You hit it once, it looks pretty good, and then, you hit it again, and it doesn't look good at all. It's especially if you have thin line work. You're going to want to step up mesh, but for white ink, we go with a 155 mesh screen. That's the only thing that white gets printed in inside of this shop, and it's the best thing that we have found for printing white ink on anything. Now, for the third screen, okay, that every shop needs, we could do it with the 155, okay? You could. It's not the best bet, and it's not the best solution in my opinion, but here's what we got going on. For our third screen, we're gonna want to put down some color, and this really comes into application when we go for dark colored garments. You can get away with doing 155 mesh on bright colors on a white garment, and it doesn't look bad, but it's just more ink than you really need. And so what we step up to for bright colors or colors on top of underbases for dark garments is a, drumroll please, 230 mesh. And the 230 mesh is much finer. It actually holds a lot more detail than the 155 does. So if we have a really highly detailed image, we're going to want to do the colors in a high mesh screen anyways. So we use the 230 because we actually like the level of ink that it puts down. It's just enough color to kind of pop right on top of the white, but it's also just enough color. We love to roll shirts out of the shop that we would want to wear, and nobody wants to have, especially here in the Florida heat, this chunky ink all over. Nobody's looking for that. So when you get to the point where you're putting down 5, 6 ink colors, 5 on top of your white underbase on a 6-color manual press, you want to keep that ink as minimal on the shirt as possible. Your white underbase is going to be your thick, and then your 230 mesh for your colors is what's kind of going to just cover that white up, make the colors pop on top, and just look really good. That's going to bring us to the third screen that every shop should have inside their arsenal at all times, is going to be a 230 mesh. So to recap, let's bring it to a recap. The 3 screens that everybody needs in their shop, and why? A 110, because it's what you need to learn on, and it's an easy screen to print on. It's a good way to break yourself in on screen printing, and I think you need 110s in your shop. Number 2, the second screen that we are definitely going to need is that 155 mesh screen, okay? So a white underbase, white ink, you're going to use it at some point. You're going to have to print with white ink, and a 155 mesh screen is the best thing I have found, the best thing that we have come up with, and the best thing I know to print white ink on. So make sure you get yourself some 155s in the shop. And third and finally, that final screen that every screen print shop needs to have, a 230 mesh screen, okay? You're going to need it for the more intricate designs. You're going to need it when you're laying down bright colors on top of underbases for dark garments to not get a super thick ink coverage. And you're also going to need it for those really tight line work, crazy designs. You're going to need it for that too. So thank y'all for tuning in to the very first installment of the Commonly Asked Screen Printing Questions 2021 edition. Thank y'all for tuning into the Grind Time Shop. We really appreciate y'all checking it out. If you've made it this far, please make sure to smash that subscribe button, give it a like, share it with your friends. Let us know in the comments some of your questions that you'd like to see answered in the series, and we'll be back with y'all fairly soon. Until the next time, from the Grind Time Shop to y'all, have a wonderful day, and peace. We out.